to bed, early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, wise. Said a man called Benjamin back in the days in the 1700s. He was from the older generation. So, with a show of hands, maybe you can show me that is it true that our aunts, uncles, grandparents are much more happier, fitter, and more tolerant than we as the generation of today are? Can you, with a show of hands, show me that are the older generation more tolerant, more healthier, and happier than we are? I think 25% of the room says that they are. So, having said that, I personally also feel that the older generations are much more healthier and also happier. And what makes them so? With this mundane life of ours, sedentary lifestyle of ours, we wake up in the morning, we're rushing to work, we're late, and we're going to give a bowl of cereal to our children, pour some milk in it, and half of the content of cereal is sugar, carbohydrates, and color. We're getting late. We also have to go to work. We pack them a pack of Walkers, again, junk. We come back. We had a meeting at the office. We're late. We're going to call KFC or something, Delhi Darbar, and get food for the evening. So our lifestyle has made us be what we are right today, with the unhealthier version of what we are. Unlike how our parents and grandparents were. They were eating more organic, less sugar, and less complex carbs that we're eating at the moment. So they used to use jaggery instead of processed white or brown sugar. They used to eat more healthier and home-cooked food, unlike the nuggets we buy or ready meals prepped already, ready to be fed. They were made from scratch, and that had love and everything, all the goodness in it that they were feeding themselves and their children. So their food was much more healthier than ours, and then the result, obviously, if you eat healthier food, you feel more healthy and you even feel more fit. So that is the food component. When we talk about happier, they are much more happier because when you eat good food, healthy food, you eat less sugar, you already feel good in a healthy perspective. So if we can eliminate and try to adapt some of the things that we learn from our older generation, can make our life a little better. How do I say? For example, if you go in the evening near Ocean Road, you will see a ton of old people walking by, enjoying the breeze and trying to keep fit even at that older age. Versus on the other side, yes, we the younger generation do try to go to the gym and try to be healthier and fitter, but it's just a different game. Getting out there, getting the fresh breeze is different than hitting a gym which is closed or even open, watching the TV, and it's the same thing we're trying to do on the treadmill. So I feel that the older generation, yes, they do have the more fitter area, the more tolerant area, and the more happier they are. They used to have less of competition back in the times. They had no much of using vehicles at that time, so they used more physical activity, and they were much more fitter because there was no bajajes and cars, and they had to walk to places. So they unknowingly they were being fit even without them hitting the gym or saying that upper exercise kare to become fitter. They were unmindedly being fit by doing those kind of things. So these are some of the things that were there at that time, and we should include this in our daily life, and not only for us, even for our children. What I do in the evening is when they're done and they have sugar levels, their high sugar levels in the evening, all they do, I tell them to take their bikes and go and try to burn off their sugar. So there is Zara, Ali, all going to burn off their... My time is up, I didn't see. Okay.
Thank you very much. But let's leave Zara Ali at that. Thank you for now. Very sugary, rich, carbohydrate-rich questions, please. And then we'll have another protein-rich, going already to bed questions, please. Judges?
I'll ask the first one. It's you by taking your time. Okay. Anar, looking at the way the question was, what I'm trying to depict from your talk is that food is quite a major issue in today's lifestyle, and the impact of all that we are going through, be it mentally, physically. What I want to ask is, right now there's so much awareness about different kinds of diets. We know how people are working to be more healthier, happier beings. So do you still think it's just the food that's playing such a major factor with affecting what we really are today? Because from what I've gathered from you saying, it's the sugary food, the fast foods, and the quick meal options. But there's so much more awareness about this keto diets and carb-free diets, which wasn't there actually in the olden days. So do you still think it's just food, or do you think there's something else that we really need to change?
I personally feel everything that goes into your body is what you are. You are what you feed into your soul and your body. So you will have, even if just an example that people say we're not losing weight, we're going to the gym, this. They say 80% of what you are is what you feed yourself. And 10% is obviously being physically fit and sleep as well. So I personally feel that yes, the sugary makes you feel better for some time, and then once it's waved off, it's burnt off, you feel grumpy again, and when you have a good chocolate cake, you start feeling good again. So I personally feel that it is the sugary and what it is that makes us feel the way we are. That is my opinion.
Whether she was good or bad, including smoking, including having diets or non-diets, all us. But we have a lot more information today. We're a lot more knowledgeable today about what food. And if your topic says that they were healthier without knowing what they're putting in the body,
yes,
we're not healthier when we know what we're putting in our body. I don't understand the correlation. Number two.
One question, Ashik.
You know, our life expectancy is higher today than it was in their time.
Thank you very much for your interesting questions, Ashik. I'd like to take the first question, and I'd like to say that yes, they didn't have the education of what we have today, that we should eat protein-based diets and not have carbs and processed sugars, and they were eating manis and rotis, and they were using this. But also on the other hand, the seed oils, the processed sugars and everything has come now. What they were using back in the days were organic, such as ghee. Ghee is coming from cow milk, and that is the best thing you can use in your household today, eliminating Cory, sunflower, Noor, whatever sundrop it is. So yes, they were having sodas back then. Not sure how famous sodas were and if Coca-Colas were invented by then, but they were having much organic and less of the unhealthy part. And plus, they were doing physical activities. They were going farming, they were going to places by feet. So I feel like that a little bit of them not having the knowledge and enjoying their sugar part overrides the thing that they used. For example, the ghee and the eliminating the seed oil and everything. What was your second part again? Maybe just a coincidence.
And I would just like to add something. You addressed about what was the being physically fit and healthier, but how do you explain tolerance? How can you justify that they were more tolerant? Were they?
They were?
How can you justify that?
From storytelling, we know that our parents, our grandparents were much more tolerant because if you hear monetary stories, they would tell you, you're in a marriage, you have to tolerate, you have to, we did it, and so you have to do it. And in many stories that I've heard that sometimes it is a good thing to tolerate, and sometimes it's not. So it really depends on the scenario that what you're going through. And sometimes patience, sabr pays off, but again, it depends on the scenario you are in.
Thank you.